What the F Podcast? Walang murahan. Usapang facts lang. Welcome sa isang special episode ng What the F Podcast ng Verifiles, and thank you for waiting for us kasi it's been a while. Ika-4 na sona na ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. at natapos tayo nung Monday at ilang pangako nang nabitawan niya since 2022. Tinawag nga namin ang episode na to na 3 taon pa, ano na? Kasama natin ngayon natatalakayin ang SONA at magbibigay tayo ng mga feedback. Ginugulo ako. Excited. Kasama natin para himay-himayin ng SONA ay ang ating senior editor na si Tres Reyes. We are so glad to have you back, Tres.
Thank you.
Our reporter and researcher, Brian Manalang. His first time sitting on the podcast. And our fearless contributor, Katrina Stewart Santiago. He's also an independent writer and instructor at De La Salle College of St. Benilde. So welcome. I hope you stay with us. And to start off, I'd like to ask you of your observations dun sa last nating SONA at wag muna tayo mag-issue dun na sa overall vibe na nakita natin. Brian.
Sige, let's start strong. I found it underwhelming. Underwhelming actually. Sa tingin ko parang masyadong sanitized, masyadong benign, and not energizing at all for most of the speech, and I think the audience reflects that, no, na napansin ko na parang a lot of the times they're just giving courtesy claps, no, parang hindi talaga enthusiastic, no, para ayun yung napansin ko na this year he wants to be very uncontroversial, parang ganun na ayun, ang dami niyang ayaw niya mag-risk.
Kailangan hinay-hinay.
Banayan. Kalma lang, kalma.
Totoo. Ikaw, Kat, ayun ang observation mo.
I thought he was very calm, and I mean, despite all the controversy surrounding him, no, whether manufactured or real, no, to me it felt like the president was saying, I am my own person. I will enter this hall on my own. I will stand here in front of the people and try and create this image of a president who is unbothered, no, by the controversies, be it in relation to his first lady or the House Speaker who's his cousin, or the Senate President and the insertions. Parang there was so much noise going into the SONA. And when you watched him, yes, it seemed very benign, but I think to a certain extent, for a certain kind of audience, that might have been very welcome also. That it was very quiet and calm, and walang pageantry, walang histrionics, walang red carpet, which I think was special. And so I think that it might have been the SONA he really needed to put out there for himself, no, and for his government at this point in time.
Okay, yung sige, tahimik. Wag muna.
Unbothered.
Oo. Chill lang ako.
Kaya natin to.
Chill naman talaga yung presidente natin. Yun ang problema natin minsan na pa-chill. Pero yun nga, like Katrina was saying na I will do this on my own, and that's why he walked alone, di ba? Down the aisle. But he had yung shoulders niya were stooped. And sa tingin ko the message that I got was hindi rin siya sure how people will take what he has to say, no, and he wasn't, sa akin ang dating hindi siya confident. He's taking a stand, he's going to do this, he will be presidential, pero ang dating sa akin lang pero merong konting kaba, di ba? Kaya there was simple lang hindi tayo magagarbo kasi masyadong OA daw, party ng party sa Malacanang, di ba? Habang ang mga tao naghihirap, and especially at this time when there were monsoon rains, etc. So I think he set the tone there, going down, and wala ngang kissing scene kay Sandro, di ba?
Nag-evade ng mga beso-beso.
Na hindi sila dynasty, yun ang message niya. I'm serious, I'm going to get down and work, di ba? Yun yung parang at the same time, yun nga yung walk niya, hindi parang kulang ng konting
may hesitancy siya na konti, lalo na nung paakyat siya when he came in through the lobby, tapos nung iba may packet yun na parang hindi siya sure, but then it was good kasi hindi pa siya nakikita ng audience niya pero nung when they started to come, iba when he started walking na and then there were people, syempre gustong makipagkamay sa kanya, medyo na siya, pero yun ang sense mo sa'yo,
sa umpisa at the various, of course the ending we can talk about that later, pero di ba? Di ba?
Okay.
Sa umpisa.
Na medyo iffy. Siya. Okay. Well, I hope na-achieve niya whatever it is that he wanted to achieve with that kind of entrance.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's start. Accomplishments. What he declared to be his accomplishments.
Yeah.
Do you think they are accomplishments in the sense that they are gains or they were fails? Kasi pwede mo naman sabihin accomplishment, pero pag hinimay-himay mo, ano bang totoo? Kat, you want to hit first?
Talaga.
Take your first hit.
I think he kind of actually also set the tone for everything he was going to say when he started by saying, we have the data to show that the numbers are better. But also, numbers lang yan. No? So, across that whole speech, you're like, okay, you're giving us all these numbers, pero ikaw rin nagsabi na numbers lang yan lahat. No? So, when you say you realized you could achieve 20 pesos ang isang kilo ng bigas, numero yun. Numero yung number of kadiwa na meron that can provide that. Pero yung numbers na hindi mo binabanggit, ay sa tingin ko mas mahalaga. Yung ilan yung magsasaka na nag-suffer kasi kailangan nila magbenta ng bigas nila at 5 pesos, 8 pesos per kilo. No? Just to do the 20 pesos per kilo para lang ma-press release yun ng gobyerno. When he talks about, everything they've achieved in terms of connectivity in the schools and internet connections, ang laki ng number, pero pag inisip mo yung number ng hanggang ngayon ay wala pa rin maayos na internet, which is generally all of us, diba? Wala pa rin naman talagang libreng internet sa atin. May realize mo na the numbers that he doesn't talk about are actually the more important numbers. So parang to me, it was always across the board, yung achievements na inilatag niya were always like these very small things, and then tinatanggal niya dun sa big picture, which to me was technically his job. No? Trabaho niya dapat yung big picture.
Wala state of the nation nga
wala naman akong paki sa ilang daycare center ang nailagay sa mga LGU. Kasi trabaho ng LGU yun. Ikaw, ano yung programa that will ensure it will happen across the country? And that's what I think he totally avoided. Across the achievements, granted na sabihin pa nga natin na achievements ito lahat, no? Nalinatag niya. Yung large-scale achievements ang sa tingin ko wala talaga. Wala siyang binanggit, and I would think it was a deliberate thing that they did.
Actually, nung na-mention mo yung sa 20 pesos na bigas, napansin ko rin na some of these numbers, missing context. No? Ayun nga, yung sa Kadiwa sites, sinabi niya, possible pala yung 20 pesos na bigas na achieved na natin, ang sabi niya. Pero if you look at the July press release ng Department of Agriculture, itong 20 pesos per kilo na bigas is only
parang kasi BBM, di mo
ini-emulate ko lang siya. Ayun na, there are only 25 Kadiwa centers na nag-o-offer ng 20 pesos per kilo na bigas out of the over 700 Kadiwa sites all over the country. So, di ba, like, yes, okay, there's some accuracy sa sinasabi mo, pero yun nga, it's missing the big picture, no? Na may kulang. But why are you focusing on the very minute details. Parang nagbibigay siya ng committee report. Na to a technical audience. Pag naririnig mo naman yan, okay, ito yung numbers, pero anong effect nito personally sa
feeling
akin?
niya kasi pag sinabi niya yung na-achieve na natin yung 20 peso kilo ng bigas, yun na, nagawa na niya yung matagal na siyang pinupokpok na nasa na yung 20 pesos na yan. So ito, kahit na konti lang yung merong 20 pesos
na available lang sa 20,000 people.
Oo, yun. Achievement yun sa kanya. Pero inano na niya lahat ng paano ba yan ipagpapatuloy, paano ba yan palalawakin para mas marami sa atin ang merong ganyang makaka-avail ng ganyan stress.
Yeah, kasi so you question whether it's ano ba yung achievement sa'yo?
Yeah.
Diba? So ako naman, in generally speaking, I think yung speech niya was very well thought of, no? Kung ano yung gusto niyang, ano yung messaging. At saka napansin ko sa speeches niya, sa sonas niya, laging gano'n, no? He starts off with his accomplishments and gusto ko namang matulog at the end of it. Tatambakan ka ng numbers na hindi mo ma-decipher, right? Tapos biglang boom, he will at the end may bongacious
may pasabog.
And diba? Like I was telling Elma earlier na dun sa 2023 yung bomba niya was yung hahabulin ko yung mga
Traders?
rice traders, mga smugglers na tanong, nagawa ba niya? Di ba? Tapos yung Pogo, last year, di ba, na nagbunga naman, pero ang sinasabi nga, wala yung Pogo, pero may online gambling. Di ba? May tinigil mo na yung sa bungero, pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung, there's no mention of online gambling. Tapos ngayon, ang niya naman is, the mahiya naman kayo, 'di ba? So lagi siyang may so pinag-isipan yung speech, 'di ba? But ako kasi okay, pinag-isipan tapos Pilipino na nabubulol na siya. Kasi obviously hindi siya talaga bihasa sa Pilipino, pero kasi yung messaging niya was to certain group of people, no? At saka may kahit na in-avoid niya yung politics and controversy. Obviously, merong politika yun. Kasi he started out with the midterm elections. Diba? He got that out of the way na, sige, hindi kami fantastic dun sa midterm.
Hindi fantastic ang win.
Diba? Pero nakikinig ako sa inyo, Ito, 3 taon na ngayon ka lang nakinig, kuya. 'Di ba? Nakuha ka na ng leksyon. Okay, 'di ba? So ang gusto ko, ano na yung state of the nation. You're addressing what the masa, you're addressing them in their own language, in their own, at the best that maintindihan nila. Pero kasi ano ba yung state of the nation? Ang state of the nation ngayon is pinaalis mo sinurrender mo si Duterte. Some people that very divided the country, no? Merong parts na favorable sa kanila yon, the others are not. Tapos yung impeachment, meron yun yung gusto kong malaman na ano yung state of the nation, 'di ba? Wala yata state of the nation. Hindi yata clear sa sa speech niya kung ano ang state of the nation.
Basta yung gusto niya is numbers. I think he wants to confuse you with all the numbers so that you'll say, okay. Parang, sige, yes na lang ng yes.
Ina-address naman pala di ba?
Kasi may ginawa ka naman na ganito kahit na hindi naman talaga in truth na na-address yung kasi marami pa rin walang trabaho o marami pa rin na naghahanap ng extra na trabaho, ibig sabihin kulang ang sweldo. Ganun naman ang
Di rin niya in-address yan yung wages.
The wages. So who was he really addressing with all these numbers that he kept spitting? Yun yung do you have any?
I agree.
Huwag ka mahiya, Brian. Pwede tayong
Pero bakit ba talaga pinipilit yung Pilipino na kung hindi ka naman bihasa dun sa language na yun? I wonder if that works. Kasi kung hindi mo naman ma-pronounce, hindi naman, it's not lost on your
Mm.
audience. Ay, itong taong to, di ba?
Oo, yung parang
I mean, kung maganda ang execution, it works. Pero ang nangyari kay Marcos ngayon, every other paragraph may utal na nangyayari. So
Grabe.
parang ang
Di siya
dating
nag-practice, di siya
the night before, joke lang. Hindi.
mas marami pang bilang ng utal
Kaysa sa
sa
kapalakpak, yes. So
Applause.
parang ayun lang na ayun yung parang nangyari he's not confident.
At saka hindi sabihin, you're speaking the language to the masa pero hindi mo ma-pronounce hindi mo So, mayroon ba pretentious? May imposter ba? May imposter syndrome?
Grabe. Ako, I think I don't know that it matters as much to the bigger public, all the utals. Because when he is telling you to your, diba, if you're from a community where napakalaking bagay halimbawa ng daycare center o ng internet sa paaralan, then he's slowly kind of also telling everyone na, nararamdaman nyo yan sa komunidad nyo, galing yan sa akin. No? So, yung state of the nation na hinahanap natin, baka iba yun dun sa state of the nation nung masa nakausap niya.
May point.
Diba?
Kasi mas lalo na ngayon na hinahanap ng mga tao issues
At
na mas
saka,
malapit sa komunidad.
yung malapit lang sa ito lang naman ang bayan natin, 'di ba? Kung ano lang yung komunidad na like ako kanina, pumunta akong QC, parang ibang bayan siya sa akin. Kasi hanggang Mandaluyong Makati lang ako. So talagang pagdating ko, parang, ito na pala ang Panay Avenue.
Iba na pala ang issue ng QC sa Mandaluyong.
So parang in my head, parang maybe, when Ma'am Tres was saying about, nasan yung state of the nation, maybe for us, it wasn't nation big scale, but maybe a speech like this one, given nga the minuteness of the topics that he discussed. Baka naman the goal was also to talk about nation as it's experienced within communities. May kuryente kayo, ako nagbigay niyan. Kayo na wala pang kuryente, magkakakuryente na kayo. Diba?
Kasi hindi nga nakakarating sa kanila.
Kasi hindi nakakarating So parang I think when every time I read this, I kind of keep thinking, okay, obviously it's not for me kasi hindi naman ako naniniwala. Pero obviously may numbers siya na kapani-paniwala to the ones who are actually experiencing it, 'di ba? Kung hindi ka naman pumupunta sa public hospital, hindi mo mapoprove na totoo.
Kasi hindi nga na-experience yun ang problema, kaya nga 'di ba that's what they're saying, hindi umaabot sa kanila. And now he's saying paaabutin.
Parang actually two birds with one stone. Yung mga nakakaranas, magte-thank you sa kanya. Yung hindi nakakaranas, will think, aasahan namin yan sa'yo.
Pero isang doktor sa isang
munisipyo.
Mararamdaman.
Parang kawawa naman si Doc.
Kawawa yung doktor.
20,000 kayong, siguro minimum 20,000 kayo na pasyente. Isang doktor. So, siguro, better than none. I guess that's the there, better than none. But will he be able to serve the people na he's supposed to serve? The number of people he's supposed to serve given Okay, we're gonna take a short break, and after that, we're going to be talking about the promises that he left this time sa zona niya. We'll be right back.
Patok sa TikTok ang mga video ni Alice Guo. May AI-generated dance videos, may fan cams at fan edits pa. Akala mo K-pop idol. Sa pag-iimbestiga ng Vera Files, nakitaan ng senyales ng influence operations sa suporta kay Guo sa TikTok. Ito yung coordinated at inauthentic posts sa social media. Mga magkakaparehong content na galing sa peking accounts at sunod-sunod o sabay-sabay na pinupost. Layunin ng influence operations na impluwensyahan ang pananaw ng tao sa mga mahahalagang issue. Hindi na bago ang ganitong modus operandi. Kasama na dyan yung paggamit ng stan accounts.
Yung stan account specifically is rooted in fan culture where fans or fandoms actually, make videos of their idol, specifically elevating further and idolizing them further as sort of bigger than life, I guess. So there were stan accounts of Bongbong Marcos and Sandra Marcos and the rest of the family.
Okay, we are back. And during the break, nag-uusap-usap kami itong supposed achievements na hindi naman binanggit, like the specialty hospitals na sinasabi nila meron na, di ba, na outside of the usual heart center, lung center, kidney center, meron iba outside of Metro Manila. Pero lumalabas na isa pa lang
Yes.
At 2027 pa.
yung
Pero-
operational.
Let me get back. Wait lang ha, wait lang.
Okay,
I
okay.
need to,
Yung mga
ano,
ganon na sinasabi nila, so ikaw, in your mind na, ay meron na hindi ko na kailangan pumunta ng Manila para makakuha ng ganitong klaseng serbisyo or ano, nung
Yeah.
pagpapagamot. Paano yun pag sinabi mo, tapos hinahanap na sa'yo, anong ano nun sa promise? So, ang sasabihin nila, paasa ka lang. Pwede mo sabihin na meron, pinagawa, pero, eto, meron na, pero hindi pa naman pala tumatakbo. Iba yung meron, it's different. when
Ano
you
ba
say
yung
there's a-
meron talaga?
I have a name. Ito yung Clark Multi-Specialty Medical Center, which is located sa Pampanga,
Pampanga.
which is sa Central Luzon.
Yeah.
And that's only one.
Yeah.
Pero meron yung ipinagmamalaki rin ng Marcos admin, yung mga sinatawag nilang Super Health Center.
How is it
Wow.
different from ano?
Ayun nga pero isip ko, there are, ang description nila parang semi-hospitals daw na nag-offer ng mga basic outpatient services. Like x-ray, mga ganun-ganun. Pero they're not specialty hospitals like the lung center, heart center. Hindi iba yun eh.
And what makes them super?
Ewan ko nga eh. Hindi ko yun maintindihan yung branding eh. Pero ayun, they call it Super Health Center.
And then the First Lady has Lab for All, which just goes around naman doing exactly that. Diba? X-rays, blood tests, etc. etc.
Which is very basic.
very basic. Parang ano yun eh, parang pandemic bosses ni Lenny yun eh. So, tinuloy lang niya. And so, they count that as a service, no, that government provides. Health, parang in terms of healthcare.
Okay, which leads me back to the promises. Ang napansin ko sa mga promises niya, ang daming libre. Parang halos lahat libre na.
PhilHealth,
Diba?
no?
Sa PhilHealth, sa mga schools. Parang ano ba yun? Totoo ba pag nagkasakit ako or talagang wala na akong babayaran? And how does he intend to fund it? That's the question.
That's always the question.
If you say free, how free, and then
How free is free?
And for whom?
yeah, and what are we going to suffer to get that free service?
Yeah.
Meron yung sinabi niya about the PhilHealth, no? Yung zero balance billing.
yeah.
Zero billing ba?
Tapos, mukhang maganda. Pero yung scope nung implementation nung program, nung policy na yon, ang sinabi niyang specific, implemented na sa mga Department of Health hospitals. Ilan ba ang DOH hospitals in the Philippines?
Ilan ba? Ilan nga ba?
Diba?
170 sabi niya.
Sobrang
170
konti.
yata yun.
170.
Kaya, is it a good like
I mean, it's an achievement for the certain number of people who will be
Yun
able to
nga.
use it.
Oo.
Pero kasi nga, he skips that number, diba? He'll tell you the number of DOH hospitals and that it's free. Pero hindi niya sasabihin na, ang capacity ng bawat ospital ay 50 lang. No? So, 50 times 170 lang yan. Napakaliit na numero nun in terms of actually providing that service.
Tsaka hindi lang yun, it's that you have to be in a ward. You have to stay in a ward for you to get that.
Kumbaga talagang mahirap ka na talaga. Di ba? Yung talagang...
In fact, I heard si Ted Herbosa talking on radio about it and explaining na talaga namang meron ng wala kang babayaran completely in the DOH hospitals. But you need to be
there's always a
listed.
but.
No, you just need to be listed as part of the 4Ps. Ito yung, paano namin malalaman na poor ka?
ba yun?
Kailangan bahagi ka na ng 4Ps. And then, he was saying na ang bago, so luma na yon. Ang bago, which is part of the promise in the SONA, is that kahit wala ka sa 4Ps, pwede ka nang mag-avail nung zero balance. Oo.
Basta
Pero may
DOH
hangganan.
hospital.
Basta DOH hospital and meron siyang limit.
At
ng
ano ba
kaya
yung
nilang tanggapin.
difference between a DOH hospital and a government
An LGU hospital.
a
Oo.
government kasi hindi siya totoo at sinabi to ni DOH secretary na walang ganon sa heart center, sa kidney transplant center, hindi lung center and sa children's hospital. Sinabi na niya yun na wag kayong umasa na may zero balance kasi semi-private. Yeah, so hindi ko alam kung anong ibig sabihin ng DOH hospital. Fully
like East Avenue is a DOH hospital, si San Lazaro is a DOH hospital.
So pwede talagang zero
yun,
balance.
yun ang ano sa kanila. Pero ilan lang yun.
Ilan ba?
Tsaka yung nasan ka? I mean, sige, marami na nga nandito sa Metro Manila. Paano kung nasa labas ka ng Metro Manila? Saan yung mga DOH hospitals mo? Paano kung nandun ka sa may bundok-bundok? May DOH hospital
yun talaga, yung far-flung areas talaga.
But meron namang super health center.
Sa
rural area.
But
lumilipad.
But diba, when he says it, it's like it's there for everybody.
Yes.
It's just not, naman, yung kahit na, if you're not the masa and when you're thinking, syempre matutuwa ka kahit na hindi ka poor, ay, libre na.
Yun,
pero biglang, hindi pala ako kasali, dapat pala ganun lang. Nakakainis.
And in fact, nakakatawa na right after the SONA, parang there was an effort to explain na hindi naman talaga lahat. Bawi ka agad. Yung parang, ang bilis ng bawi. Which brings me back din to the question kayo na parang, ba't ang daming tungkol sa education? Kasi baka yun yung maraming binigay ang DepEd sa kanila. So baka si DOH hindi nakapagbigay ng maraming maayos na datos.
At saka baka si DOH mas mas nararamdaman ng mga, kasi pag education parang bata, magulang. Pero pagka 'di ba, pag DOH, lahat tayo magkakasakit. 'Di ba? Lahat ng tao magkakasakit one way or another, and you will need health services. So
yeah. Which brings me to the point na, may extra funds nga sila
Wala,
binawi nga, di ba?
Binalik nga, sinuli
May extra funds sa PhilHealth, di ba? O tsaka, yun din, isa pa niyan, yung hinayupak na Maharlika Investment Fund na yan.
Na hindi rin niya binanggit.
Hindi rin niya binanggit.
Kasi controversial.
Kasi isa pa lang. Di ba nakaka 1 year na, November yata, naging operation November 2023, right? Na finast track nila yung pagpasa nun, di ba? Ang dami pang ginawa para mapasa. Pagkatapos, 2023 pa bago na operationalize. Tapos ngayon, 1 year na, isa pa lang.
Kasi yung truth naman, di ba, yun ang ina-argue nung mga ayaw sa Maharlika. Bakit may sobra ka bang pera? Yun naman ang
meron ng PhilHealth. Para sa health.
Binawi nga. Wala na. Nasa treasury na.
Di ba? Kaya
tapos itong mga aid niya, bakit ang dami niyang sinabi mga tinulungan. 8.5 million farmers and fisher folk received aid. What kind of aid? Why are they still crying out na parang tulungan niyo naman kami? Can you imagine farmers, most of the farmers, yung agricultural workers, they have to get another job to supplement their income. Kasi kung aasa lang sila dun sa tanim, dun sa huli, hindi talaga kakaya. Hindi kasya.
Maganda sana kung na-qualify, kung ano ba ang government aid na natanggap. Kasi baka mamaya pala utang yan na may low interest. That's considered aid. Maliban dun sa, o kaya imbis na yung conditional cash transfers.
Baka AX-ACAP, yung mga combination.
Ganun pala. mga combination of different DSWD programs pala yan.
Yan ang mahirap sa mga motherhood Di ba? Mga motherhood binigyan naman kita ng anong binigay mo?
Pero ito nga, parang may specific siyang binigay which he can claim he did. Pero it's so small.
Yeah.
No? So you can say, I gave, so many farmers this kind of assistance. Pero kung umaaray pa rin yung magsasaka, ibig sabihin,
hindi kulang.
Kulang. Number one, kulang. Pangalawa, hindi yun yung assistance na hindi
kailangan nila.
And to a certain extent talaga, yung crisis naman ng agriculture ay hindi naman niya talaga tinutugunan. So, again, yung meron kang maliit na claim na achievement, tapos merong malaking problema na hindi mo naman talaga sinusolusyonan.
Agrarian
diba?
reform.
So, maliit lang. Laging maliit. Namigay kami ng agrarian reform. Namigay kami ng so many thousands of titles.
Yeah.
But what does that mean? Diba? So, may titles na yung mga magsasaka, pero paano mo sila sinusuportahan para gawing produktibo?
Tsaka you have to remember, the land that you give these farmers, they're not huge.
Yeah.
They're just what? 1 hectare is ano?
Gagawin
big.
subdivision kasi.
Hinintay lang nila.
Hinihintay nila.
Hinintay lang sila na hawak na ng magsasakay.
Sino kaya yung nila?
May naghihintay lang na hawak na ng magsasakay yung title para mabili na nila.
Sa letrang V.
Ay, grabe ka! Wala akong sinabi.
Bingo!
Grabe ka. Grabe ka.
Joke lang po. Binawi.
Sabay baon. Natakot din.
Hindi, totoo naman yun. Yung parang ang dami pa rin kalaban ng mga pagsabihin ng agriculture. Kaya hindi makausod. Yung yun ang sinasabi ng mga farmers. We are an agricultural country. Bakit kami yung pinakamahirap? If we are an agricultural, di ba? The irony of it na nakakasakit.
At saka, di ba naging agriculture secretary ka?
Di ba
Ayun
yun pa, siya talaga yung responsable for it, no? For
Diba?
2 years, almost.
Ano ba ginawa niya when he was there?
Di ba?
So just he said he was going to take the portfolio because it will make things move faster.
Yeah.
But
And priority niya yun.
yeah, but what did it move? It moved the cartels
Yeah. And why do we have a food security emergency? Di ba?
Yan ang ano natin dito sa ay nako bibi.
Tapos isa pang hindi niya. Yung mga sinabi niya na, ano, di ba, ano yung tungkol sa South China Sea. It's all about, ano yung sinabi niya sa South China Sea? Friend to all.
Friend to all.
ito
Parang,
Wala namang nagbago dun sa foreign policy. Tapos,
Actually, hindi nga niya minention yung specifically South China Sea, West Philippine Sea.
wala.
Very
Yeah.
vague.
And hindi niya sinasabi niya doon sa kuryente, 'di ba? May renewable
energy.
And nakakahawa yung bulol na yan. Yung renewable energy.
Hindi kasi tayo nag-practice the night before.
Renewable energy, pero hindi niya sinasabi, tapos yung LNG, hindi niya sinasabi na actually meron tayong reed bank na yun dapat ang natap natin dahil mauubos na yung sa Malampaya. So ngayon pump tayo sa Malampaya. Para ipigain pa kasi we cannot access the reed bank, di ba? So wala din siya sinasabi. Pero and then he says lower the price of electricity. And that was the solution That was supposed to be the solution. Didn't happen. It cannot. And so you're finding other ways. That's what you're actually doing. You're finding other ways to solve and to the high electricity prices because you're not so brave in insisting on your own rights in a part of the country that is ours.
We have rights.
pero sabi niya kasi nagtitimpi at nananatili siyang mapagpasensya.
Ay,
Yeah.
resilient
Eto
na.
yan,
Resiliency.
siya, lalo na sa
Ano ba
pagtanod sa ating buong kapuluan. I think this was the West Philippine Sea thing. Kasi after that, he starts talking about his foreign policy.
Yeah.
And so I think it was also
Sinabi niya, nagtitimpi siya.
tayo pa rin ay nagtitimpi at nananatiling mapagpasensya.
Hanggang
Ayaw
ilang taon ba tayo
Oo.
magtitimpi? 1995
Tagal
tayo
na.
But I think it's also without actually mentioning the West Philippine Sea. It responds to the propaganda against him that says na anti-China siya. So he decides not to mention China at all, and then
But he will
just
say
says that we're still operating on the same
Yeah.
the same premises as Duterte, which
Yeah,
was
but
to be
kasi-
patient
Yeah.
and calm
Yeah.
and friend to all, diba?
Yeah. Which is actually a dig Duterte.
Absolutely.
Yun nga, no? Actually, he avoids political issues, he avoids controversy, pero may mga hirit
Subtle dig
siya.
siya, yeah.
Na,
He has
so,
subtle
so
digs.
actually, hindi din lahat pangmasa, no? Meron siyang mga
Oo.
Pang tayo.
Ang yabang nito.
Mami naman tayo.
Meron siyang mga, kaya lang, may mga, may subtle,
subtle digs.
Pero if you think about it, alam mo na may binabanatan siya
In that way.
that
Okay. bago pa kung ano pang
Sabi ni
natin.
Kat.
We're gonna take another break, and then when we come back, we will talk about his stance on I will go after so many people. We'll be right back.
Alam niyo bang may chatbot sa Messenger na tutulungan kayo mag-fact check? Try natin. Hanapin si Vera the Truthbot sa Messenger and then click send a tip para simulan ang inyong fact-checking journey. You can send a photo, a link, a video, or a question. Ipapadala ko itong nakuha ko sa isang group chat.
Magandang balita para sa mga senior citizen.
And then kukunin ko yung link, tapos ipapadala ko kay Vera the Truthbot. Ideally, may kasamang question yung ipapadala nyo para clear kay Truthbot ano yung gusto nyong malaman. Click submit. And then, ang gagawin ni Vera gamit ang AI is scan niya yung database ng fact checks ng Vera Files. If na-fact check na namin to data, you'll get a response in a few minutes. Note lang kapag never pa na-fact check ng Vera Files yung pinadala mo, please give us a few days to look into it. If it's eligible for fact checking, you'll get the fact checking article once it's out. Here's the fact check article. Make sure basahin. And please let us know kung nasagot ni Vera the Truthbot yung tanong mo. Sana makatulong to sa inyo, ang dali lang gamitin, di ba? Email kami sa truthbot@verafiles.org for any comments or suggestions.
Okay, we are back. And kasi masyado nang heated to si Tess kanina. Marami nang gustong marami nang gustong habulin. Ngayon, yung mga hahabulin o gustong habulin ni BBM, anong masasabi niyo diyan yung kanyang cartel, the unscrupulous traders na taking advantage of the agricultural workers, the DPWH public officials, and the contractors responsible for the flood control projects. Yan yung mga...
Tsaka mga nangsisingit sa budget.
Sige.
Diba? Parang gusto ko ng ham and cheese.
At tsaka...
Ito rin humihingi rin ka
Maganda rin yung mga ano niya, diba?
Bigla-bigla na.
Sige. Sinong una mong gustong habulin, sapulin sa iyong ano?
Hindi ko maintindihan yung flood control na yun. Meron siyang mga tinanggal, di ba? Meron ding meron siyang one of the biggest budget din ang ilalagay sa flood control. Yung mga tinanggal niya, controversial din kasi natin alam ko ano tinanggal niya actually kasi like see what in Congressman Benitez is saying na bakit niyo tinanggal yung flood control in my province. O kaya yun, independent na daw siya.
Tumiwalag.
Independent lang. Hindi nga siya opposition. Independent. Iba yun. Magkaiba yun.
Diba? Independent and opposition. There's a difference. Diba? So, yun nga yung problema ko doon na
running out.
Ang dami-dami nyo nilagay palang pera. Binawi nyo naman. Pero ano yung mga binawi mo? May political, ano ba yan? Pinili nyo na ba ng mabuti yan? Kung baka naman pati yung tapos yun nga bakit ngayon lang kayo
ngayon lang
ang hahabol
3 years
kasi
grabe na yung baha
it's in his face na sobrang baha na hindi na niya
tumaas ang leptospirosis cases.
Hindi kasi baha naman if you don't address that problem it's going to other problems.
It will flood you.
Marami pa rin di syempre anong gagawin mo sa mga displays? Mabuti kung ma-evacuate lang na pwedeng bumalik. Kung hindi, bibigyan mo ba yan ng pabahay na yung pabahay nga nilang yung pabahay niya, yung 1 million per year, nasaan?
Parang nagda-divert ka. Ang dami mong gusto sabihin.
Yun lang, yung anong hinahabol mo ngayon, pero ang dami mo pa rin kailangang i-address. Kasi you keep saying all these things na, I'm gonna run after you or you beware kasi we know what you're doing. But then, we know what government is doing because they're not doing pala, hindi pala doing what they're not doing. Kaya sila nagkukulang and kaya yung mga tao, when you ask the people, are you satisfied with what BBM has or this administration has done? Sasagutin, meron ba? That's the question. They will, yun yung sagot nila sa'yo. Hindi yung, thank you kasi ganito. More people will say, where is it? It's like, I cannot feel it. Yun yung So, yung mga panakot niya, how good will be with his word.
Yeah, kasi yung smugglers na lang.
Oo.
Asa na yung mga smugglers na
Yung hinabol niya sa
Hinabol
post. O
niya.
yun, hindi, winarning niya before.
Wala na kasi winar na niya.
Oh,
eh.
winarning niya. So,
Like rats.
Oo, nag-war na siya. Achieve! Achievement
warning lang pala.
Oo,
Kaya
nagwawala
na.
na. Oo. No, I think it's also important, like, halimbawa, the flood control thing, no? I know a lot of my peers and my friends kind of really like that last part of the speech. Just because it was a declaration na nakakahiya na tayong lahat. No? Hindi lang naman mahiya naman kayo, kundi to them, it was also a declaration of, okay, this is embarrassing, guys. No? But I think he also needs to realize na yung flood control ay hindi lang iisang proyekto na pag inayos mo siya dyan, na wala ng corrupt, wala ng patong, etc., ay okay na. Kasi the flooding is really also a byproduct of, logging, illegal and legal, no? Na patuloy
That was
namang
not
nangyayari.
mentioned sa Sona,
It didn't mention that. It's also a byproduct of thoughtless build, and infrastructure.
Yeah.
Diba? If you look at all this massive content that came out during the rains and the floods, ang dami doon ay developments, condominium, subdivisions, all over, no? Las Piñas, Bulacan. So, alam mo na may problema.
Las Piñas?
That's
Did you say
tied
Las
to,
Piñas?
yes. That's tied to, this government's notion, at di naman siya nag-iisa dito, pero yung mga gobyerno natin, laging naniniwala na the more you build, the more developed you are, and you have more investment, you have more jobs. Pero ang long-term effect nun ay ito, no?
without considering the consequences after.
Environmentally and in terms of just, basic decent living, no? Yung baha na umulan ng ilang araw tapos hindi ka na makakalabas ng bahay, no? Tapos high risk na. And then we all kind of need to stop kasi wala ka nang magagawa talaga, no? Hindi ka makakarating kahit saan. Sa akin, yun, isa talagang malaking kahihiyan. Ang tanong ay, may nahihiya ba talaga sa
Totoo.
kanila?
Kaya medyo natawa nga ako kinang sinabi niya na, like, okay, magandang soundbite, mahiya naman kayo. Okay, yay,
soundbite,
hiyawan tayo, yay, pero ewan ko kung consciously or unconsciously, ang nangyayari is, Marcos is distancing himself from the bad actors. Na, ay, mahiya naman kayo. Like,
Kaya,
I'm leading this admin.
Kayo ang may problema.
Pero kayong mga corrupt. Kayo, under my leadership, nangyayari itong corruption na may panghuhugas ng kamay na nangyayari.
Of course.
kasi para sabihin niyang mahiya naman kayo, parang, ikaw, ano ka pala?
Di ba
Pangulo?
The box stuff.
mahiya naman
Tayo,
tayo.
di ba? Oo. Yun ang natin ha. Ay, naku, talaga. Ano pang mga pangako niya? Ano pang mga pangako niya that stood out that
Yung
Seems-
sa flood control sa budget, di ba? Hindi
Okay.
daw niya pipirmahan.
it is not aligned with
Yeah.
Which is the one time he actually addressed an existing controversy.
Yes.
No, the
Oo.
Senate President's insertions.
But his sister had been harping about
Yeah.
all this time. Pero, may mention yung budget, pero hindi niya min-mention yung confidential funds.
Of course.
Diba?
And
And,
avoided it completely.
and the magic that happened during the BICAM. And yung the proposal, although final yung resolution after the SONA na, pero si Cielo Magno has been talking about opening up the budget, making it public, di ba? The negotiations. Wala din siyang mention dyan. Of course. Di ba?
Siyempre, sobrang na yan pagka binanggit mo yung budget. Number one, too complex for him to talk about.
Too complex?
Diba? That's my sense of him. Sometimes he speaks plainly because if you put too complex issues or concepts, he might not sound credible, number one. Number two, it's going to convolute the issue even more when he talks about it. So you avoid it. Plain speak lang sa kanya na so pagka mo yung budget, yung pinaka
Hindi, but he can just say na, hindi ko pipirmahan yan. Kasi pag may may insertions at mayroong confidential funds.
Ay,
Diba
baka
kasi
naman
ngayon-
may sasagasaan kasi siya.
Maintindihan naman.
Maraming masasagasaan.
Di ba? Pag sinabi niya yon, di masasagasaan yung lahat ng kanyang alipores.
Oo, pero dito sa maya naman kayo, marami din siguro siyang masasagasaan doon, di ba?
Oo. Pero
Di-
yun lang ang hindi niya sinabing kasama siya doon sa mahihiya.
Oo
Dapat nakakahiya na yun, ano?
Ako siguro sa pangako, gusto kong i-consider na pangako niya to the international business community, yung cavalcade of dependable
Ano
and
yun?
hardworking
Ano ibig sabihin
Filipinos.
nun?
Na isang
Cavalcade.
di ba? Isang
Too complex for
Too
me.
complex. Oo. I mean, when I think of like a cavalcade, no, yung parang isa talagang buhos ng manggagawa.
Oo.
Ibinebenta niya no sa business community. And I think it's important na as with the many controversial things he evaded, he didn't talk about the wage increase.
Yeah.
No, which is one of the
Yeah.
bigger issues. No?
Yeah.
Tagal-tagal nang walang wage increase. Ang linaw-linaw na napakaliit ng minimum wage natin.
Huling-huli na ang
No,
wage.
huling-huli na ang wage dun sa cost of living. So kahit he begins by saying na inflation is down, oo nga, pero yung minimum wage mo never went up.
Yeah.
So you're still watching a whole nation suffering through whatever it is you're saying about the numbers. So interesting sa akin yung promise na may cavalcade ng mga manggagawa kasi kinoconnect niya yon later on dun sa TESDA training. No, na ang daming available TESDA training. And post SONA, they actually came out with new courses in TESDA. Na parang most of what I've seen are mga cultural work-based stuff, no, basket weaving, and then media-related stuff, camera work, production management. And so I think there's that sense again na ang kausap mo dito ay small communities as opposed to obviously hindi naman tayo yung mag-a-apply sa TESDA, 'di ba? Pero yung mag-a-apply sa TESDA at makakakuha ng trabaho, ngayon pwede niyan sabihin na si BBM ang may kagagawa
niyan.
And I think that's really what this SONA was about for him. No, I want to make a promise to that Filipino in the community, not to all of you who are waiting for me to talk about West Philippine Sea, impeachment, ICC. Hindi kayo ang
National
kausap ko.
issues.
Ang kausap ko sila. And
Yung
this
nasa
is what
survey.
they're going yung nasa survey. No, and if you consider, apparently there was a survey that came out yesterday that was done pre-SONA by Okta. Tumaas na yung numbers niya.
Yeah, tumaas na.
Tumaas na yung numbers niya.
So it's
Approval
working.
ratings niya. So it's working.
So is it all talk? And therefore you want to, because you want to raise your
numbers.
Numbers?
Of course.
Or is this for real? So based, kasi ang makita natin, di ba, 25%, we're saying 25% of his promises lang ang na-achieve niya. Di ba? So,
That he
yung
has done a
free
bit of.
education, di ba? Meron dito konti, pero like, sinabi niya, hindi niya actually sinabi na complete yung electrification, di ba? Pero nagbigay siya ng numbers, 5 million, something, na ang gusto niya. Hindi niya masabi na lahat kasi it will take 500, ano sabi ni Lutilia? 100 billion pesos para ma-completely electrify ang buong Pilipinas. Di ba? Day, asan pera?
Yun naman nga lagi Kaya nga sabi ko sa'yo, ang dami-dami mong pangako na libre.
Oo.
Saan tayo kukuha ng pambayad? Utang again?
So, yung tumaas yung ratings niya, nasasabi niya gagawin ito, at di ba sabi niya, mag-reshuffle ang cabinet, etc., to improve services, etc., etc. Ang tanong ko is, pinagbibigyan lang ba siya ng mga tao? O naniniwala ba sila? So, he wants to keep his ratings up or for the people to continue believing in him? Or he's just
to believe in what?
I
That he's
think-
promising, or to believe that he will
Do
do something
what he
to,
wants.
to carry
Oo.
out that promise?
And if he can he, that's why we're saying, can he do it? And
because
meron ding ulterior motive siya na gusto niya kasi yung i-endorse niya sa 2028 mananalo.
Oo.
I think that the
Halo-halo
ones,
no?
I think the ones who actually, I think about the improved ratings as a measure of how assistance is being felt on the ground. So parang ito yung nararamdaman naming assistance on the ground, and we connect that not to our LGU but to BBM.
Yeah.
And therefore his numbers are improving. Does that mean he's going to continue doing those services? Of course, 'di ba? Does that mean it will scale up in the sense na magiging bigger picture siya? I doubt it.
We
Kasi,
don't know.
'di ba?
Yeah.
Parang okay na pala na ganito lang eh.
Oo,
So
yeah.
kailangan niya ng political will para baguhin yung sistema, so you don't even need to give ayuda.
Yeah.
Because the services are actually there.
Yeah.
Diba?
So yung sustainability nung pinangangako mo
Lagi,
yan, baka
yeah.
ngayon lang yan, bukas wala.
Correct. Parang para meron siyang masabing ginawa niya and maniniwala yung tao.
At
Kasi
may
nakita-
natanggap.
kasi ginawa.
And in fairness to him, whether or not may ulterior motive siya, na which we all know he does naman because he's a
Because
politician
also
at the
all
end
of
of
them
the
do. Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. 'Di ba? Meron ako, I have some sympathy with the president na in his heart who he wants it, no? I mean, siyempre naman gusto mo naman na mag-improve yung, who will argue with that? But is he doing it? Is he doing it well?
That-
Is he achieving it, 'di ba? Or is all fire and fury signifying nothing?
Okay. Oh, yan. That's something for everybody to
May
think
gusto pang
about.
sabihin
Hindi, sige, go lang.
We will, pagbalik natin
Commercial.
from the break, ikaw ang magsasalita. We'll be right back.
Nung Fire and Fury.
Sagutan
Ikaw.
Okay. Ganado
Tumalon lang
na
kami.
ganado na si Brian. He wanted to follow up on what Tres was saying.
Kasi itong mga pinag-uusapan natin about his performance, yung pagtaas ng trust rating sa kanyang sa review ng kanyang performance. I think we need to address the elephant in the room, as I've mentioned during the break, na yung mga yung multo ng mga Duterte. No? Na I think he's doing this not well, of course, okay, magaganda yung promises, no? Okay. It's very nice to hear na may aid, may ganitong progress updates. Pero I think he's in a way comparing himself to the previous admin na parang siya, model of stability. No, na very stable. Ito yung nangyayari na bit by bit may progress na nangyayari. Hindi katulad nung the previous admin na kaaway niya na ngayon, very volatile. Every night may rant session na nangyayari.
Napupuya tayo.
No, na ayun na, hindi mo alam kung like yung political situation was very shaky. Hindi mo alam kung ano nang mangyayari. When ngayon sa administration ni Marcos, ang gusto niyang image na i-project very solid yung foundation ng kanyang administration. Kaya ayun, iniisa-isa niya yung achievements. Kaya at hiniiwasan niya yung controversies, no? Na hindi katulad nung previous SONA ng previous admin. Every time na may SONA, laging may controversy, laging may big pasabog. Etong si Marcos boring, yes. Sinabi ko underwhelming. Pero it's calming.
Wow!
Calming.
Kasi nga
Promo. Joke.
the bar was set so low, no? With,
Mhm.
kung ikumpara mo naman, at least yun, magsasalita pa lang yung previous president natin. Ano, kaya sasabihin dito, nakamang lalabas sa bibig nito, di ba?
Sino namang mumurahin?
Oo, sino murahin, di ba? So, in that sense na, he's mas ganda yung dating niya, in other words, to put it lightly, pero may mga banat nga siya, no? I listed some. Katulad yun, he mentioned corruption dun sa laptops. Bibigyan daw niya ng mga laptops, di ba? Pero sabi niya, pero hindi, walang corruption, ha? That's a dig on Sara Duterte, who used to be DepEd. Tapos, actually, haba ng speech niya on the how to improve the DepEd and education, di ba? That's all. You can say, diba?
Without saying any name.
Yes. Hindi, yun yung difference niya kay Digong, diba? Si Digong is really like that, no? In your face about what he wants to say. This one, may subtlety, like, dito, biglang out of the blue, pero off script yun, no? Yung biglang congratulations, I will,
kay PNP chief.
Yung athletes natin, kailangan i-improve yung sport. Tapos, one of the heroes, heroic athlete, I see.
Hindi sinipot.
Diba?
Nanalo by default.
Yan. That's a dig on Baste. Diba? Tapos, sabi niya, yung kailangan improve na ang water services. Tapos sabi niya, ang kuryente sa Sikihor. Sabi niya, that's a dig. Sikahor. Yan, that's a dig on the Villars. Come on, give it. Ano bang letter? We're starting with letter Z, di ba?
Hindi naman Villar sinasabi ko kanina.
Hindi naman. Kulit yun. Di ba, hindi naman. Pero we all know that the newly elected first-time senator left the administration senatorial slate. And they used to belong to the same party. Ngayon goodbye na sila. Ganun ba? Okay. So, it's a dig on Villar. Tapos, doon sa West Philippine Sea, sabi niya, he will deal with it calmly. And then,
magtimpi at magpagpasensya.
Resilient.
Unlike the one who will jet ski to the South China Sea.
Maglalagay ng flag.
Di ba? Pero hindi niya sinasabi na kumiling siya dun sa kabila. Diba?
No mention at all of America.
No, that's another one. Tapos sabi niya, yung Dalian trains, kailan ba 10 years ago?
That's Pinoy pa yan.
Yes, pero hindi nga
hinarang yan ng Duterte admin eh. Diba?
Yes, so that's also a dig on Duterte. Na andyan dyan na,
hindi pa ginamit. Aksaya ng pera.
Pwede naman pala.
Pwede naman pala.
Tapos yung sinasabi din niya, wala nga siya sinabi sa Amerika, no? Pero hindi niya rin minention yung trip niya sa
kasi malaking good news kasi, di ba?
Laki kasi nung 1%.
Di ba?
1% reduction sa tariffs.
Tapos in real terms, wag niyo nga maliitin yan. In real terms, malaki yan. Except we don't know what the real terms are.
I think it was also not mentioning all the bigger controversial issues. Kind of really sustained the tone na he was in control. That all these big things that are noisy on social media and primarily against him, no, in terms of propaganda, that these are all beneath him, that these are not issues of nation as far as he's
because
concerned.
He doesn't take coach. He does not. He runs the plane, di ba? So beneath him.
So it's beneath him. Totoo naman. Parang propaganda. Ganon. Hindi, parang feeling ko, meron siyang sense na this wasn't, on the one hand, we would have wanted him to be, I mean, I know many of the male pundits always say na para siyang, hindi siya macho, no? Na dinadaga siya or that he needs some amount of tapang. But I think it really isn't his personality kasi.
It's not.
And to a certain audience, given also just, how difficult it was going through and surviving the Duterte presidency, which was heavily macho, heavily misogynistic, it was very violent. I think this is a relief that you have someone who's just, yan yung pinag-uusapan yung issue, ang laki, no? Pero ayoko siya pag-usapan. Ito lang yung akin, no? And I think there's a kind of relief in that. I don't know that it means he's better. No?
Yeah.
In
But
terms
this is just
of
the way
effect.
he is.
But this is just the way he is. And
Yun
I
ang
think,
kaya.
Yun yung kaya. And I think yung effect niya on us also is that we do feel a bit more comfort.
Yeah,
Boring
that's
siya. Pero kasi after 6 years of Duterte, hindi nga boring. Pero we were living in fear naman. No, we were so afraid na pag sinabi niyang bawal ang tambay bukas huhulihin na lahat ng nakatambay. Di ba yung parang, ngayon wala kang ganun kay Bongbong eh. He doesn't give you controversial statements.
Kaya nga, sorry sinabi ni Senator Amy sa kanya, magalit ka na. Di ba? Ano sabi niya?
Magalit ka na.
Oo.
Pero parang feeling ko nga, and this brings me back to the discussion about him entering very calmly, ganyan, walang yabang. I think it's also a counterpoint to the older sister. Because you see the older sister as the Marcos who's mayabang, as the Marcos who's difficult, as the Marcos who is, wants to take out her own brother.
Though who knows, baka
Diba?
tactic lang yan.
Oo, pero even if it's a tactic, no, you're putting out there this image of your brother as someone who knows nothing.
Yeah.
Or who is pipitsugin. Diba? That's horrible. I mean, I would never think of doing that to my sibling.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang, grabe, ang mean naman. Isipin mo na lang yung, I mean, for a family that kept talking about rebuilding their legacy, I don't know that Amy is doing better as far as rebuilding that legacy. Diba?
And I think people see through that.
And I think people see through that. And Bongbong knows it too. Na kung in the end, pagpili pala to between two Marcoses, siya pa yung pipiliin natin
Talaga.
Kasi ang horrible ni ate.
Oo, parang dinidikdik siya ni ate. O di siya,
toxic
kinikimim
elder
lang.
sister si Ate Amy. Talagang trauma yun, diba? So, to me, Bongbong kind of, for all our, the things that we looked for, when you think of just the landscape of, discourse, propaganda, political, the political landscape in the present, this was actually the SONA he needed to deliver. No? Hindi siya para sa atin in many ways, except for the parinigs. Feeling ko para sa atin. Hindi siya para sa crumbs. Hindi siya para sa atin. The language wasn't, 'di ba, pang mas malaki siyang audience. But I think that was really also deliberate. And maybe that's just the kind of SONA we need, given how horrible then the state of the nation naman in real life.
Everything in the Senate, in the SONA, was deliberate.
Yeah.
Of
Everything
course.
there was deliberate.
So it's really setting up an image na kailangan ganito tayo. Kailangan ganito tayo makita ng mga tao.
Wala naman siyang sinabi na you will argue about. Di ba? It's hinihimay lang natin kasi nga tayo hindi
Kasi
natin
tayo nakulangan. Tayo yung nabitin. Pero in truth, yung binitawan niya, that was all he needed.
Iniisip ko lang na ang unfortunate lang na the volatility ng previous admin plus itong pinoproject ngayon ni Marcos is becoming a way to rehabilitate the image of their family. Diba? Diba, ill-gotten wealth? Wala na yun. It's all, wala
There's
na.
no mention of human rights violation.
Even the opposition, people who are neutral to him, slowly warming up to his admin. Diba? Na ayun lang, naisip ko lang na ang unfortunate naman. Na dahil nga sa trauma of the previous admin.
And it's not just, I think, the trauma of the previous admin, but also the possibility that it will return in 2028.
Kaya enjoy na natin.
Oh my
Kaya
God!
enjoy na natin kasi
Calm
baka
before the
bumalik.
storm.
Huwag ganun.
Yeah. Pero di ba, ando doon pa rin, di ba? Ando doon pa rin yung speaker cousin, tapos yung anak is the youngest majority leader. So it's not all innocent.
Not at all.
not.
None of it is.
Yeah.
It's just done very suave. It's just very talaga.
So mas malakas ang mas medyo hindi ka sinuntok.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Pero siniko ka pala ng pagano.
Pero siniko ka.
Hindi na. Okay, as much as we want to keep talking, that's all the time we have, and we want to thank everybody. We want to thank everybody who stayed with us, and thank you, Katrina, thank you, Tres and Brian, for sharing your opinions with us, and thank you for kasi matagal na wala ang What the F. Masaya kami na nakabalik kami dito ngayon. Please, we're asking you to like, share, and subscribe. We'll try to keep up and give you more content in the future. That's all for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dito sa What the F Podcast, walang murahan, usapang facts lang. Pakinggan kami sa YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast at Apple Podcast.